Yeah. 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 Hey. Listen. Look, what can I say? I was born a pimp. I don't need no cane. I don't walk with a limp. Niggas pay for pussy, swear to God, y'all some simps. Tennessee Titans, y'all ain't running a game like this. I stout, gold, chain, tag.
We got another show, another podcast. Welcome to the Black Casual Show. You got Uncle Will, aka Harlem Wills, in the spot.
And it's your boy, the Lemon Pepper Stepper.
And it's Diggy Jarrett.
Light Skin Savage.
Yeah.
Today we have two extra guests with us today. You know, I have a good friend of mine, Sarah. Say hi.
Hey.
All right. You get a little enthusiasm in that, but you know, it's whatever. You know,
Hey.
act like we want to be here. Then you got my favorite cousin Ty Jid. That's right, Light Skin Savage's cousin in the building.
Family
Hey,
affair.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Hi, y'all. How you doing?
What's up?
Well, it's cool.
So go ahead, Will, kick us off. Let us know why they're here.
All right. So basically, the theme of this get together, of why we called these ladies on to the show, is because we some confused brothers on the show and was talking about some women's issues, and we didn't want to be talking out our asses the whole time. So we decided to invite two women on here to talk from their point of view. So boom, we was kicking it on the show, one of our previous episodes, where we was getting into the double standard and how us fellas, we just felt a little frustrated trying to read women when they're walking down the block, or if they're presenting themselves in a certain kind of way and wondering, well, they know we looking, right? Because they walking around and they got the faces scrunched up, but they know that we're gonna approach them. And we was just feeling some type of way. And we also started talking about, isn't this supposed to be their time to be liberated and feel, they should just be able to understand that this is what's going to happen. And in that time, we caught an epiphany and said, you know what? Before we start talking out our asses, let's actually invite some women on there and see if we can discuss what women's liberation feels like. So we decided to grab a couple of ladies. Hey, we got Ty and Sarah on here. And we basically wanted to shoot y'all a question. Like, first of all, not trying to make it sound too structured, but just basically the theme was women's, liberation. How do women feel? How do you as a woman feel liberated, I guess, and being able to, I guess, and when I say that, if you want to feel like you can wear certain outfits out there, you feel like you can go to certain events, by yourself, like what, just off the top, like, what do you guys feel like is a way that you feel liberated in today's society? That you could do certain things that probably wasn't normal back then. And whoever could jump in first, whoever feels like they want to jump in.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Oh, jump in first.
This is Facebook.
All right. Sarah, go. Sarah, go.
I'm just gonna say, my personal liberation would have nothing to do with a man. Like, it has nothing to do with wearing less clothes, going wherever I want to go. That would not make me feel liberated, because I do that now. Like that, I do that now. So that wearing less, doing whatever I want is not a way of liberation for me. It has nothing to do with men. So yeah, kind of like making it about yourselves is a little,
So how do you feel liberated?
How do you feel?
Yeah, like, how do you feel liberated though? Like, shed some light on that.
So I was speaking to Lisan before about my personal liberation, and for me, it would be when my child is a grown adult. He has his own life. He's doing his own thing, and I'm able to do my own thing now. It's things I want to do that I can't do as a mother right now because I have a child. When he's grown, he has his wife and his life, and that's when I'm free. That's when I can do whatever I want.
So watching him be his own man
will make me feel successful enough in life that I can go and pursue other things now. Watching him be a successful adult.
A lot of women don't think like that, though. It's interesting.
Well, there's a lot of women who aren't mothers, so their liberation will be different than mothers.
So motherhood kind of changes your perspective.
It definitely
Yes.
does.
Yes.
So you feel like I want to elaborate on that more. So you feel like motherhood doesn't liberate you?
No.
Well, you said
because, like,
until your child. You
because-
said until your child leaves and goes and
Oh,
starts
yes,
their life, you don't feel liberated. So motherhood isn't liberating to you?
No. Motherhood is something that stops you kind of from being liberated a little bit. I think like we're kind of like throwing the word around. Like we're throwing the word around like
Limiting
in a
yourself,
wrong
right?
sense. Like you have a child and then you're a mother and you do what you got to do for that child. But like I said, it stops you from doing certain things. So
Like you become more conscious of the choices you make. Basically.
Yes, and when you're liberated, you feel free. Like you feel like you can do whatever you want to do.
You don't necessarily have to think about the child as much anymore because you can do your own thing without the consequences of worrying about the child being next to you.
Yes.
Or just being
So
embarrassed.
you can have your Kiki Palmer moment without having that kid next to you. That's what you're
Oh
waiting
my God.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. All right. Let's get another perspective in here. Ty.
Well,
Same question.
Wait, hold on, real quick,
Before
Ty.
I state my full opinion, my personal opinion, I wanted to kind of like piggyback on what she was saying. For me, it's a little bit different. Being a parent actually liberates me more because I'm learning how not to conform to certain beliefs because of my children. Like I understand her perspective, but rather than allowing parenthood to limit me with 2 children, I instead allow it to make me change things in my perspective on things.
Okay.
I find being liberated, for me, it personally means having personal freedom. And it allows me to not conform to societal standards. It allows me to create my own reality, which allows me to be in control of basically my destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
both good answers.
Go ahead. Who's about to jump in?
No, I just said both good answers.
Well, as now that we have a different perspective on the show, like, you know, we always speak about, you know, the climate of like ladies and gentlemen these days. Like, I want to hear from like a lady's perspective. What do you guys think about the climate today? It seems like there's a lot of gender battles and, you know, just we compare and we kind of at this like weird war, like, oh, we judge people based off their actions. So I kind of want y'all to shut. I know y'all not speaking for the whole population of women, but like from your perspective, what do you guys think about like, you know, what's going on right now?
That's how you thought.
I feel like it's a lot of bull crap.
No, yeah, speak your mind.
That's going on in regards to women. I feel like women first of all, we don't receive enough respect. Second of all, they always trying to downplay us in some kind of way, whether that's trying to make, and excuse me for sounding confrontational, but trying to make trans women feel like they are my children. Wait a second. Please take them in the room. From trying to make
Full-time parents love to see it. Love
She
to see it.
said,
Gotta give it up.
One second, y'all. Hold on.
Give it up. Full-time parenting, man.
I feel like with everything that's going on, they're basically trying to make us feel like nothing, like to make us feel invisible by making trans women feel like they're more women than us, by taking the titles of things that are exclusively for women and saying that they are not exclusive to women, by over sexualizing women and making that the norm, the degrading of women in songs. There's so many aspects to why I feel like women are just being basically played by the world right now.
But what about the ones that are making the songs though?
What about the songs?
What about the ones that make it?
Like as far as like, I don't want to say nobody specific, but you know, like the ones who make the songs degrading themselves essentially.
I mean, it's because that's what they see is going to get them the attention. Like,
right.
They're not personally liberated enough to know that you don't have to conform to what other people want for you in order for you to get the quote unquote clout or fame that you need, but they're not comfortable enough within their own skin to step outside of that. A lot of people are doing what they know is going to work. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're getting the attention that they're getting. They see that there's a million people singing about oh my vagina this, my butt this, and my boobs this. So they're doing what they see works.
Listen, if all the women in the world stopped rapping and singing about their vaginas and their butts and stuff, men will still continue to rap about women's vaginas and butts and stuff. If women all decide to stop one day, that's not going to stop all the men in the world from putting that out there. So, just in case y'all forgot.
And it won't stop
Sex-
the women
sex
from making
sells.
the videos.
Themselves. You see the
Unfortunately,
You see Janelle
So-
Monáe, she made a complete transition for
So with playing off of that, because the whole reason why women felt liberated was didn't Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown kind of paved the way, and before them it was Madonna who had the whole risky and the unladylike behavior in videos and music and it shocked everyone, but then they saw the success that they was able to have, even though they flew in society's norm. They flew, all that stuff, they threw that in society's face, saying, no, I can talk about sex. I can talk about being free and being promiscuous and doing all that. Like, shouldn't it be liberating for a woman to be a hoe? If she chooses
if that's what makes them feel personally liberated, then that's what
yes. All women
Because
aren't
here's
the
the
same. Like
Uh-huh.
there's women that feel liberated by being able to have sex with multiple men and not have it thrown in her face. Like, oh, I did that. So, that's liberating for some women. And then, some women they're just not like that. Like I said, their liberation is something else.
Right. Liberation is a personal journey. And how you feel liberated is up to you and what your journey entails.
Of course, yes, yeah, absolutely. Every person has their liberation, what they felt like they couldn't do before, if they can do it now, like, yeah, absolutely, it's personalized. But speaking to Ty's perspective on the women, and Sarah kind of shared the shared perspective of the women are talking about vaginas and, dancing and talking about and shaking their stuff. I mean, that's something that they weren't really celebrated for being able to voice themselves. Like, what's this chick, Sexy Red? And I mean, I don't want to just keep naming Ice Spice, but there's other women that's been out there they're doing it. And they would say, to challenge your perspectives, they'll go, well, the guys keep talking about all the women they've screwed around with. You got Ludacris with holes in different area codes. I can't talk about you a munch. Why is it bad if I say that?
That's the double standard.
Do you? Yeah.
Anyway, like,
wouldn't it be a bit of a?
It's not bad.
Liberating for them to be able to talk about that. You should be able to talk about, yeah, I just took a gangbang. What I did, I fucked all your friends. What? And be like, all right. It was dancing with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's liberating. I know women like that. That's like, yeah, I did that. So, and I love that for them that they can be like, like that. I love that for them that they could be like, yeah, that's liberation for them. Now I'm happy. I'm happy that women finally can do that, because you couldn't do that when I was growing up.
Right. Do you think it's
So
like
is Amber Rosa innovator in this? In a way?
She played a big part with her slut walk and all the stuff that she did. I supported the slut walk. I thought that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a little bit more now in the present day, it shifted. Like, I think men more or less get a little more shame for being hoes than women do now.
Good.
Women,
as they should.
But I don't agree. They should.
I don't know.
No, I feel like they calling us like, sassy and stuff, and like, yo, we're not like the sassy era. What's like, what is that about? What makes a dude sassy? What is that?
Yeah.
What's a sassy dude? I don't understand that.
Sassy dude. I think I know what it means, but what is a sassy?
What is a sassy?
No.
I'm dying right now, so I know
she called 3 people that this week.
I get called out.
I just
sorry,
know. I just
your head back. I was like, let me get Ty in here.
The black casuals want to understand it.
Man. Let me see. Hold up.
Sarah,
something I would consider sassy in a man who cannot control his emotions. And I'm not talking about in an aspect of crying or things like that, but a man who does not know how to properly express himself, like a man who is very temperamental and explosive. To me, that's sassy, because as a man, I think that you're supposed to want to lead by example, and that should start with how you carry yourself and how you handle yourself. As a man, you should want to be that example for other people around you. I mean, women also, but sassy men to me are men who don't have control of their emotional state.
Hold on real quick. But what about a man who never had a father in his life, who was raised by nothing but strong women? And that's just how he turned. And that's just how he happened to turn out. I'm just saying, like, what if that was his example? So he became, I guess, said sassy.
Okay, well, whether that was his example or not, we all have personal choice. And at a certain age, you are responsible for your own actions. Like you can't be 30 years old still saying, oh, my mother raised me this way, because you know at some age and at some point that that's no longer acceptable. Get the proper help, get therapy, try to figure out where you went wrong or where your mom could have went wrong. Our parents did not have the same parenting styles that we have now. So they didn't see things as wrong the way that we do now. So we're carrying trauma from generations of unhealed people. And at some point we have to stand up and say, I know that this needs to change. One of my big things and being a parent is seeing where my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother may have unintentionally done wrong in parenting, and trying to redirect that and change that so that my children don't have to endure the same trauma that I did. That's a personal responsibility. And a lot of these men or people in general don't take that path. Like they rather say, oh, I was raised like this, or I'm like that because other people are like that, or they have people who don't hold them accountable, so they continue to act like that. And it's cool because their whole group of friends act that same way.
Listen, men have no reason to be sassy. Okay, y'all have no reason to be sassy. There should be no sassy men. Y'all don't have hormonal changes. Y'all don't have periods. Women can get that pass. Y'all cannot. I'm
not even gonna give a woman that pass, because just because you have hormonal imbalances on certain days of the month doesn't mean that we gotta be.
You gotta hold it down.
No. There's days my hormones is out of whack. Something that, like, if my food is not hot or something when I'm not on my period, it's okay. But if it's not like
be
that,
responsible for how we respond to things.
After you have your blow up, you kind of come to your senses, like, okay, this is why I acted like that.
That's where that control comes from. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have my times where I've just blown things completely out of proportion, and later on I'm embarrassed because I know that that's not how I would typically handle stuff. I'm not gonna give myself the excuse of saying, oh, I was upset, or I'm on my period, or I'm hormonal. My entire pregnancy with my son, I was freaking angry at the world for no reason, just because I was emotional and uncomfortable. But I realized that I cannot use those as excuses to step outside of what's right. I can't blow up on people and say, oh, I'm pregnant. That makes me that means that I'm not holding myself accountable. I gotta slow down and say, you know what? I'm
that is 100%
valid. Okay. Let me jump in. Let me jump in and throw a question out. Hold on, Sarah Todd. I like what y'all was doing right there. Let me throw something in there. And Sarah said something that caught my eye, that caught my ear as well. But I want to ask a quick question. Have any of you ladies, ever apologized to a man?
Yes, all the time.
Is it hard?
Is it? How much does it take? It's only hard. It's only hard when the man is wrong and strong, and you know that he's wrong and strong. But I'm not apologizing for his end of things. I'm apologizing on my end of things, where I know that I'm wrong and my problem and my contribution to the issue.
But what if you know he's right and you decide to try to, like, make it seem like he's wrong still? Do y'all do that?
No, I'm not. I don't do that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And so, okay, now look, there was another thing. I jotted this down. Sarah, you said especially Black men don't have an excuse to be sassy.
Interesting comment.
I didn't say that. But wait, I didn't say that. I said that.
You did say that. You did say that, though. You did. We all heard that.
Y'all can run it back.
Black casuals heard it.
That's what I said.
Y'all can run it back. I did not say that. I said men. I did not say it. Y'all can run it back. I said men. No, y'all don't have an excuse. Like, you know how she said, I shouldn't feel like I have that excuse. If my friend is pregnant and she's emotional or she's upset, girl, you're pregnant. It's fine. But if a man who don't have no hormones going up and down, ain't nothing. He's just a man. He's having a bad day. You don't get that pass to act a certain type of way. You don't get a pass to act angry because
So you
Hope
don't
you
think
having a
that kind
bad
of
day.
attests to the whole taking men's mental health seriously thing? You don't think that kind of thinking is what?
Okay, no. If you're having a bad day and you're upset or like aggravated at little things, we'll look over it. But if you're having a bad day and you're continuing to like make the day worse because you just can't handle your emotions, then it's like, come on, like what's wrong with you? Women could be
Okay,
having a
so-
bad day and we'll still
Uh-huh.
be able to be like, all right, let me get it together because I'm acting crazy for no reason.
So I got another question, follow up. As a woman with dealing with that kind of man, what would you do to try to help him out if he's having a bad day?
It depends on the man. My husband likes food, he likes a head rub. He likes me to just be there next to him if he's having a bad day. That's things that my man likes.
Personally, sometimes men just need space. That's
That
how
too.
I space. Like
Mhm.
I'm one of those people. Like I'll take myself out the picture for a week or two just so that you can see things from your perspective for a while. Go through your thoughts. Go through whatever you going through, and I can sort my own stuff out. Because if I continue to engage when I'm already at that pivot of festivity, then it's gonna be an ego battle, and I don't like when I get to that point. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm in a situation whether it's my brothers or someone that I'm dealing with, it doesn't matter. I stay at distance until I feel as though we can talk about it calmly. Because if we're both in our heads and ego strong, then all we're going to be doing is clashing. So I'm the one that gives it space. I'll
Did you
either
just
give
make
it
that word
space
up?
or I'll try
Festivity?
to huh?
Did you just make that word up? Festivity?
I mean, I ain't make it up, but
I overheard it at a bar.
I like the word actually. I was about to write it
I
down.
like that. Yeah. But a week or
No.
two is that long though?
huh?
Like a week or two? That long?
I mean, it
You
depends
taking
on
some of the pictures?
how long it takes me to get over it. Also, like I'm not
Mhm.
only considering them; I'm considering myself as well. Like
Good
I
point.
have stuff that I need to work through, and sometimes I go through situations where something bothers me so intensely that I have to step back, or I know that I'm going to be reactionary, and that's not what we want here. We don't want to ignite fire with fire. Other times there's been times that I've actually tried to force conversations and it created more of an issue. So I've realized that for me personally, staying my distance until I can properly communicate, it works.
So you can properly communicate. But
I
remember,
mean,
what if he's having a bad day? What if
of
he's
course,
having a bad
then
day?
that space should give us both the time to figure things out so that we can approach each other from a calmer angle the next time that we speak. And that's usually what happens. It's not always a week. It's not always 2 weeks. It just depends on how heated I get in a situation. It's not when you get into a heated situation with somebody, it's not just one person's perspective. It's two perspectives against each other. And nobody wants to see the same point because we're arguing our own perspective. So sometimes you got to let things cool down and think about it so that you can come back together and then talk about it in a manner that is conducive to the growth of whatever the situation is.
I actually
Alright.
like that response.
I
like that
don't,
response a lot.
because I'm about to go right at it. So I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day. I want to punch one of my coworkers in the face, and I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. They trying to get me, man. Yo, they keep frustrating me. Earl over here, he keeps setting the schedules up and he messing up. Man, I'm about to throw something through. Yo, babe, what can you do for me, man? I'm trying not to think about them. Yo.
Do you want to talk about it?
If I talk about it, I swear, yo, babe.
Well, I feel
babe.
like that's going somewhere sexual, like. And I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like that's where that's going, like.
Like what you need,
He said,
babe?
what can you do for
Well,
me?
I mean,
sometimes
there's only
that's what
but
it
so
is,
much
though.
I can do. I mean, I can cook you a meal. I can rub your back. I can run you a bath and all of those things. But is that going to make you feel better, or do you need space to calm yourself down and figure things out?
So asking them what they need.
I know another golf.
Exactly. You got to communicate those things.
You know.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with this?
It's like,
I didn't even hear what you said.
Nah, you see, he just.
What's wrong with you know what a man needs to get rid of that? And because that's interesting. I didn't hear nobody offer up. Yes, Sarah, sex.
So you
Well,
think that
I
sex
mean,
is a problem solver?
You want to get rid of my energy? I'm frustrated. I want to take it out.
I'm supposed to take your demons because you had a hard day. So you're supposed to come. Wait. No, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come
You're
home.
supposed to take the demon.
No.
You're
You're supposed to come home with an
backside.
attitude and do a
You're
transfer
supposed
of
to take
emotions.
all that out. You built for that.
No, hell no, I'm not.
Oh man.
No. So you're supposed to come home. Hold
One
up.
at a time.
You're supposed to come home mad as hell, angry, and you're supposed to do a transfer of emotion. And now I'm supposed to feel like the burden, like the carrier of your burdens, because that's the only way that you know how to release. That means that you need help outside of me.
I know. I'm not going to swing on you. I'm not going to swing on you. I ain't going to swing that thing on you.
Or you need to go jerk off because
you.
you're not going to be putting that energy on me. You better go play tug of war because you're not about to be putting that energy on me.
Yo, bro.
You're not about to be throwing that energy on me.
Oh, shit.
That's when you gotta tap into something different.
Work. Now I'm mad at you.
Yeah, you just gotta tap into something different as a man.
Keep your demons to yourself.
So you guys think that there's a lack? All right, we're talking about how men don't understand. What else do you think men aren't understanding? For example, one of the things we talked about was women when they tend to walk around in certain. So, like, listen, understand, men are attracted. They're visual. They're visual creatures. So, damn near anything you're gonna throw on you is probably gonna attract. I mean, of course, it's gonna attract the worst kind of creeps. They don't care what you wear. But if you know you're going out in a certain outfit, and there's certain dudes out there who just want to be like, hey, and give you a nice head. They look you and just say, hey, how you doing? And they're not even approaching. Is that still something? So is there still some way why you want to still give a scrunched up face or just give them the mean look, even though they're being nice, even though they're being nice?
I'm gonna say.
Remember, I'm not talking about the ones hitting on you. I'm talking about the ones that's like, hey, you look nice, and then keep it pushing. Why do they still get the screw face?
Because y'all don't understand. We get it all day, every day. I can't even go to the store like looking crazy without getting that. And sometimes we just want a day where we don't get that. Like, why do I have to be nice to every man that says hi to me? It gets tiring. And I understand, like, that man might really just be saying hi, and it's, he might really just be nice, but it's like,
that doesn't actually bother me. Like, I don't care if people could speak all day, men, women, him, them. It doesn't bother me. It just, if I don't want to be bothered, then I keep the conversation short. But I don't think it should be a problem if somebody wants to speak and say hello, or you look nice today. It's either you take it as a compliment and keep it moving, or just ignore it. It shouldn't be anything more than that. I mean, I guess like my overall energy with stuff like that is, oh well, like they spoke to me. They said hi, I spoke back. That's the end of the conversation. It's not anything for me to dwell on. But if somebody's stopping, like, yo, damn, you look so good, like, yo, your titties are sitting up in that top or something like that, then I feel like
not those guys.
Then
I can see a reason to be responsive or to feel agitated. But a simple, oh hi, how you doing? Or, oh, you look nice today. I just take that as somebody is feeling good, feeling nice, and they want to speak, and I just, hi, how you doing? Thank you, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck? So
y'all want me to keep it?
No. So real quick. I was smoking the other day, and I was just thinking in my little hot thoughts, right? So, and this don't pertain to y'all, but I see, we come across the links I send in the chat and stuff, and you see like how some ladies would try to demonetize men, right? And I sat back and thought, I was like, the men, and I'm not saying women aren't important, and I hope this isn't taken out of context. If it is, that's not what I mean. We could collaborate, talk about it. But like, I don't think like a male's role in both genders' lives is very important, because how, like, let's just say a woman that doesn't grow up with a father, she tries to find it within the guys that she, you know, tends to date. And, you know, a young man who doesn't grow up with a father, you know, tries to find that within the streets or something like that. What do you like? Even and I'm talking to the fellas as well, ladies, you can chime in as well. Like, what do you think like a man's role is in this world? Like, you know, just honest opinion, you know, from each and every one of you guys.
Let the ladies go first.
Well, I was talking to the fellas first because, you know, they did a lot of talking.
Oh,
Let's you know, keep it in, and
okay.
then they could chime in. Yeah, what do you think a guy's role? How important is our role in this world?
I feel like as a man, we carry a lot of burden. You know, because it's like we look to be leaders and to provide and to do all these things. Like even me, speaking personally for myself, like I feel responsible for like always being able to like. That's why I take going to work so seriously. That's why I take like being a father so seriously, because men so often are just are kind of like pushed to do this, pushed to do that, you know, and no matter how much society changes, the views on men being strong never will. That's always going to be what men are looked at to be strong. And I think that's why a lot of men's mental health sometimes get thrown off, because they're afraid of being weak. They're afraid of failure. They're afraid to, you know, not being able to provide for whatever woman or like situation they're dealing with. And again, that's just you know, so a man's role in the world, I guess, is I guess strength. You know, not to say women can't carry that strength as well. Women are very strong. Women do a lot of things that hold strength within their own right. But overall speaking, it's like men are known to be that. So I think that's kind of what our purpose in the world is, to try to kind of lead and be that strength.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Jared, you want to go in?
Yeah. So I feel like I agree with what Lisanne said. Basically, men, I guess naturally they are the leaders, but sometimes it's okay to take that step back and have a woman lead as well, because, you know, maybe she's more well versed in what you're dealing with, or maybe she understands certain things that you're going through, and she can help you better than you can probably help yourself. And plus, you know, it's always good to have a good woman on your side who can help you with these things and also be able to talk to her. But at the same time, you gotta know when to take time for yourself and understanding yourself as a person, as a man, and what you want out of life and what you want to do with yourself.
All right. I'll say a man's role. I look at that question a little differently. I would say it depends. It's all structured around society, right?
Yeah.
For the longest time, men have been conditioned and treated as, you have to lead the family. You have to be the breadwinner. You have to do everything. And damn your emotional status, damn how you feel, damn what things you're going through. You have to be the rock for the family and for society in general. And I think that has to be shrunken down to just his immediate world. He has to be the rock. He can't be the rock for the world. He has to be the rock for his family. And in today's time, that doesn't always mean the breadwinner. A leader is more than just a breadwinner. You know, a leader is somebody that can get together the plan, that can get people in their roles and get people to understand their roles. And a leader, as a man, we're just conditioned to think in a logical form of thinking. That's how we are.
Can you elaborate on that, like in a family sense, like in a man that has a family? If he's not the breadwinner, how does he get people to do their roles? What is the other roles that he's leading?
So he's also, as a leader, as a man, I can take care of the family. I can make sure.
If he's not the breadwinner, you said if he's not.
So what are you doing? So what is the woman doing? She's the breadwinner.
If the woman is the breadwinner, what is the man doing?
If the man is taking care of the family, right? So that's like saying, if you make all the money, what else are you doing? Are you providing emotional stability for that family? Are you providing any kind of direction for that family? Are you just making your money and coming home and throwing it at the family, at the man and the kids, saying figure it out, and then you go into your room? Because there's more to structure, there's more to a family structure than just making money. Because if we wanted to take it like that, then we're actually reversing the stereotype of the patriarchy that a lot of women say that they want to go against. So that means if we want to take it there, that means if I'm the breadwinner, you have no opinion. If you want to take it back to traditional times as a modern woman, that means if I'm the breadwinner, I don't want to hear any of your opinions. I want you to go in here and do what I say you do. Because
yeah, but you're not my father. Like, you're not somebody's father. You're somebody's husband.
I'm the breadwinner. But according to you and your logic, I'm the breadwinner. So
that's not what I said. I didn't say that at all. I didn't say. I genuinely.
Well, you're asking me of what I'm saying. You're asking me of what it means. So this is the whole part about me expressing what it looks like and saying you can do more than just be the breadwinner and lead a family. And it's more than being a breadwinner to leading a family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's more than leading a family and being a breadwinner. You have to be able to know how to structure a family. Hey, we're going to structure this family event. Hey, we're going to have dinner like this. Hey, we're going to make sure X, Y, and Z kids getting this education. We're going to make sure we got clothes on their back. You can make the money, but that's supposed to subsidize the family. That's the other understanding about making the money. That subsidizes the family. That's
Can I ask one question
that gives
real
you
quick?
the resources to take care of the family. But you got to know, hey, do we got an attic? Do we have the proper supplies for an attic? Do we have the cement to make sure we can board up do we have the cement to make sure we can rebuild the house? Do we have insurance on the house? You know, there's things that comes with being a leader other than just making money. So that's why I said, as a man, there's other ways of being a leader, but he can actually explore those ideas. Go ahead, Leroy.
No, just one question for Sarah. So Sarah, and illustrate what a gentleman looks like that makes less in a household than his woman. Like, because you seem to have like I guess it could be from your upbringing, but what does that look like to you?
A man that makes less than his woman?
Yeah. Like, what is, because, I don't want to judge you, but I'm saying, interesting.
Yeah, see, I don't want to.
Just for you. No.
Listen.
Say it. Look, Sarah's not a terrible person, y'all.
No, she's not. She's not a terrible
person. She's a married woman, so it's fine.
Go for it. Deliver it. I can take it.
I personally feel like men should be the provider. Like, the provider, they pay the bills, they do this. I feel like that is what a man should do. Because let me defend myself a little bit. That's what my father did. That's what I saw my father do. I saw him be a provider, more than a provider. And I saw how he raised me, how he spoiled me. I would want that for my children. So the man that I'm marrying would have to be a provider. I could not be a breadwinner while he's, controlling the finances at the house, while he's, we're gonna fix the attic, or I'm gonna send the kid to this school. It just wouldn't feel right with me personally.
What if it's a good school? What if the attic needs to get fixed? Sarah, the attic needs to get fixed. You don't make all the money, but it's just like
it's such a different world now, which is great. Like, I'm happy that there's like almost, not to 100%, but it's almost like equal opportunity for us to get money and things like that. But women, and not in every case, but women, y'all tend to do the school shit. Y'all very
great at the school
great with when it comes to school and just staying focused in that. And men, we don't always tend, like, I never really cared about school. I did like a semester in college.
It's the nurturing aspect of women that makes us good with teaching things. It gives us a different type of patience.
Discipline as well. Like, you guys are I notice you guys are very disciplined.
We don't have to discipline the same way the fathers do because of the nurturing aspects of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
So what is your ideal discipline methods for children?
Well, I don't spank my children. I actually I have an 8-year-old daughter, so we sit and we talk a lot. I'm not going to say that I never lose my temper and yell, but I definitely sit down and have like a lot of intimate conversations with her about why her behavior was a certain way on a particular day, or why she feels the way that she feels about something. Like, the other day, she threw water off the balcony at someone's house with a little ketchup in it. And I asked her, that's not something that you would normally do. What would make you do something like that? And to be honest, I felt like she was trying to fit in with the other children. She thought that was, hold on, my child is pulling my hair. 1 second.
Because I want to do that. That's exactly what you.
I'm sorry. No, I personally, 1 second. I personally believe.
That's what children do.
That's my birthday girl right there.
Okay, I personally believe that she did because she wanted to fit in. She wanted to be accepted. While she is an older sibling, she was an only child for 8 years of her life. So she doesn't really have all of the social skills that I feel as though she needs to understand that not everything needs to be done in a certain setting. Like she's learning how to be social in groups that she normally wouldn't fit in. So I sat down instead and talked to her and asked her, like, hey, did you think that was something that would make everybody laugh? Did you think that was something that made you cool? And she said, I just thought that it would be funny to everyone, which is what I expected. And I told her, I asked her, does it make you feel good to know that you could have possibly hurt someone, or that it could have hit someone and hurt their feelings? How does that make you feel? She said, embarrassed. So we have a lot of these honest conversations, which help me to understand her and her behavioral patterns. And when I'm wrong about something, I expect for her to sit me down the same way that I do to her and explain to me why she feels like I'm wrong. And she does. She chin checks me a lot with, you did not have to talk to me that way, or you did not have to embarrass me by saying something in front of people, or you did not have to make me feel this way, or when you yelled at me, I felt like it was unnecessary because you weren't expressing yourself properly. We have a lot of these open conversations, and I even put I have a whiteboard, and I put notes around the house and give her the opportunity to express herself without me being in her face. So if I write a certain question on it and I know that it might be a little bit uncomfortable, I give her the opportunity to answer it without me sitting there grilling her, staring at her, trying to figure out how you feel about that. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm all in her grill. So she'll answer. Like I asked her the other day, what makes you feel loved? And I left it out for her to respond overnight. And when I woke up in the morning, the only answer that she put on it was you. So when we actually did have a sit down about it, she explained to me why I make her feel loved. And part of the reason why she said she does feel that way is because I have the patience to sit down and have these type of conversations with her, while, like, to discipline her. I'm not whipping her ass. And I do put on punishment, or I'll take the Oculus, or I'll take a game system or a phone or an iPad. But I'm very communicative.
Raising a Black Queen 101. Here we go.
All right.
The goal.
All right.
There we go.
That's you, Sarah.
So both Sarah and
Oh,
Ty,
Sarah, let Sarah answer the question as well. Sarah, you have kids? Hold on, Will. Sarah, you have kids?
That's what I just
Yes,
asked.
yes, I have kids.
Hey.
Yeah.
Don't make me get my belt. Don't make me get
I was going to say, like, same question applies for you.
I didn't hear you.
I said the same question applies for you.
How do I discipline my kids?
Mm-hmm.
I just take things away, or like I'll take his outside time away. You can't go outside, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hit my kid.
I don't even think that was a question in real time, but that was good.
All right. So a more fun question. What do y'all think about the Keke Palmer situation? And how would you have responded if your baby father would have jumped on social media and responded the way Keke Palmer's baby daddy responded?
Well, boyfriend at the time.
We gotta lay
boyfriend
it out,
at the
like how
boyfriend at the time.
We gotta lay it out how it is though. Keke Palmer's the breadwinner. So if y'all was the breadwinner in a situation
that does not
like
mean
that,
anything. Why is the
Thank you.
I'm agree with that. But the thing is, a lot of people on the internet were saying,
let me show you. That's what happens when you're the breadwinner. When you're the breadwinner, you think you could do things like that. Like I seen that story unfold piece by piece. Like at first I thought he was just serenading her, like Usher was just serenading her. I was like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's Usher. Like, she was enjoying it. But then I saw that she turned around for him. She was like acting mad hot. Like, and I was like, all right, girl, like that's a little too much. Like at first I didn't understand why her man was so mad. Like, I was like, yeah, if it was Usher, I'd have did the same thing. It's Usher. But like, she did do the most. And And if she did do that or felt like she could do that because she was the breadwinner, then that makes that even worse. That whole
Yeah, I
And now she
situation.
got a
agree.
video
I
with
feel like
him.
being a breadwinner doesn't equate to a position of control.
Right.
Like you shouldn't take,
Yeah.
oh, I make more money than you, and make yourself feel like you are the head of the relationship. Because to be honest, you can be the breadwinner and be the weaker energy.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I feel like Kiki was wrong.
Yes, Sarah.
She
Yeah,
was
for
dead
sure.
wrong. Kiki was that's silly. Kiki was dead wrong. I feel like I see it as two different ways. One of the posts that I saw, people were saying he can't be upset about her having the outfit on because there was another post that he had where he was posting her like clapping her cheeks or something. I don't really remember the entire context, but basically
I've seen that
he posted her
comment,
in something skimpy or something like that. But they were also saying that he saw her before she left the house, which is possible. But
All right, Todd, not to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off. How would you react in that situation?
If that was my man that did that,
I feel like to be honest, they were
that's
both
what I'm
wrong.
asking
They
for
were
both of
both
y'all.
wrong.
How would you react in that situation if your, who you said, boyfriend at the time? If he put
I
you
think
on
so.
black,
Yeah,
He was
that.
hurt, man. He was hurt.
Yeah, I believe
felt
they
very
both
hurt.
hurt each
but how
other. They
would
were both
you?
being petty. And
Yeah,
we
that's
all
what
have
it
our
was.
moments when we're being petty with our
Mhm.
partners and we do stuff. But I feel like they should not have taken it as far as they did for the internet to watch the demise of their family. But I personally, I would have shown a lot more respect. Like I'm not wearing that outfit and then knowing that the world is recording me turning around, backing my ass up on a singer like it's not gonna go viral.
She took it
Okay.
farther too.
I'm a little
go ahead.
different with that because my man, he is like in love with Ashanti. He loves Ashanti. So if he went out to an Ashanti concert and she serenaded him and singing to him and she gets on top of him, I would be happy for him. I would be like, yeah, I would cheer him on because that would make him mad.
I like Sarah.
So like that, like I don't care about stuff like that. But like if it wasn't Ashanti, like if it was someone that was just like someone
Anybody
else,
beneath
like
me.
yeah,
Why does it
yeah,
matter
like
who it is?
You
Why
uglier
does
than
it
me?
matter?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like when people say that. Like when it's like, oh yeah, if it's a famous dude, you like Idris.
Right,
I
like
don't give a
why does
fuck
it
about
matter?
Idris Elba.
It's
Fuck
still the
Idris Elba,
same.
nigga. You my
I
girl.
require the same respect
The
regardless
fuck?
of who it is.
You my fucking
No,
girl. You don't fuck about no damn Idris Elba.
Like I don't give a damn who it is. I want the same respect.
That's crazy. Y'all
Mhm.
no,
bugged out.
I
bro.
wouldn't be
Motherfuckers be
mad.
bugging.
Not for Ashanti. I wouldn't be mad.
All right.
I'd be happy for him.
Todd, what if it's
Yeah.
Janet Jackson? Because she was known for this. She was
No, I'm
known
not
for
saying
bringing
I'm not
dudes
saying
up.
that I would be upset, but what
She
I'm
was
saying
throwing
is that
dudes on the strap table and just riding them like this.
That was hot too.
She was known for doing that. She'd take the dudes up there. She'd
I'm
jump
not saying
all
that
over them. What
I
if
would
you
be upset,
seen
but
your
then
boyfriend
there's a certain level of respect that you're supposed to have for your partner, regardless of what the circumstances are. Especially if there's going to be something that's going to be broadcasted to the world. Like if that's an opportunity that you want to take because you can't. I mean, that's a dream of yours. I feel like you should question like your morals in a relationship. Like there's celebrities that I find attractive, but I'm not going to take the opportunity and get on stage and let them hump me just because they're celebrity crushes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you would hold
Sarah,
you hold them to the
Sarah
same
looking like, I
standard.
don't know about that.
It was a lot. It was a lot to like.
You see the cheek, right? She was like this.
There was a lot that I didn't like about that. You know, especially like how of course fan girls of Kiki kind of sided with her and it was talking about
Niggas too.
there's no ring on
Men
it
too
and
was
stuff
siding
like that.
with
It's
her.
like, bro, but if you are looking to be a wife one day, shouldn't you carry yourself that way? If that's your
I
ultimate
agree.
goal and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it don't just start. No, it don't just start when the ring is on your finger, bro. Like that's not how it
you
starts.
earned that ring.
Yeah, it's like you don't just be like, oh well, I'm not a wife, so I can't act that. Why did I say that? Act that.
Well, I mean,
whatever,
Cardi
but-
B has a husband, and she was a whole stripper. So,
But they fit each other. Her husband and her, they fit each other. Their
husband's basically a
lifestyle
stripper.
match.
so it depends on what kind of man you're looking for. Then it depends
It
on what
does.
kind
you
of
know
man
what?
you're looking for.
It depends on who you
Yeah.
who you match with. Some people are okay
Yeah.
with those things. Some people
Right.
aren't. Like it all depends on what floats your boat.
Some people are
Yeah,
swingers,
I like what Ty just said because put yourself in that situation. She said it's the lifestyle. I don't know who said it. I think it was Ty or Sarah that said it. The lifestyle. Put yourself in that situation as well if you can. I think the ladies could put themselves in that lifestyle because they sort of get treated like celebrities when you think about it. Guys are always giving you the attention when you walk down the street, no matter what. So if you're a celebrity, you think about it. Keke Palmer's life is in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So what if she? This is basically how they act. That she's always a performer, right? She's
But
always
she,
good for the camera.
knowing that she's always in the spotlight.
What
and
if you
still
know?
having
What if
respect
you knew
for-
you was always in the spotlight? If you knew you was always in the
always
spotlight,
in the spotlight,
then
then
you're
I
an
would be.
entertainer.
I would
How
have
is
to be extra. Excuse me. I'd have to be extra cautious of my actions when you know that you're always in the spotlight, always being recorded, always being sought after. Then you have to be vigilant in how you respond to things and how you act, because there's always going to be something that's blown out of proportion. It could be the smallest thing, and celebrities especially know that the smallest thing can make the headlines and be turned into something for clickbait. So if you know that, why are you turning around and backing your ass up on Usher? Like I mean, I really I like Keke. I like
I think it
Keke,
was something
but I
before
feel like
that, though.
the attention behind that, she dragged it out. I feel like even now, like being in the video with him and the little I'm a mother and
That's
all of that
crazy.
stuff that she did afterwards.
I'm a mother.
It was very
Cold brand.
antagonizing, and it was kind of petty, which made it corny to me, because I felt like
OD.
all right, you knew that you were going to be seen, and you did these things. He felt the way. He did not have to go on social media and say this, but after that, instead of constantly like egging it on by doing this little petty stuff that she was doing, she could have had that conversation with him behind closed doors. Like, yo, I did not like how you put me on social media like that. I did not like how you outed our problems, your insecurities. You showed a weak link in our relationship, blah, blah, blah. They could have worked on that, but she making dance videos of her basically like saying, fuck you.
Right.
Yeah, that was fucked up. That was messed
And
up.
now you in Usher's video, and that's kind of like a slap in the face. So I feel like Keke could have handled it a lot more maturely. I feel like she could have done a lot different, knowing that all eyes were on her.
It's an
Yeah.
evil world we live in.
It probably was something going on before that, though. I don't think.
I mean, it could have been. It could have been a marketing ploy. It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been just for marketing. But
Right.
it's still. I mean, it got people talking about it, right? We talking about it now.
Mhm.
I'm just throwing my 2 cents in because I definitely wanted to hear the ladies' part, the ladies' point of view, not just what you read online. Because I'm one of those people who I can understand the moment, right? Some people get caught up in the moment. It could be real magical. It could get exciting. All these eyes on you. I'm wearing this outfit. I'm looking the bomb. I got this famous person in front of me and they dragging me up. We about to get a show. I get that. I can understand the moment, right? But and this is why I say I take into account. I understand it's hard in that situation to think, past the 5 minutes. It's hard to think, after today. You think about what you're gonna get after today. But it's hard to think about the ramifications, because you're just caught up in that moment. You're excited. You don't know what to do. I'm up here with the celebrity that everybody want, and yeah, we're gonna do this. And then, all this backlash starts happening. It's like I was one of those people that just thought she just got caught up in the moment. I was just saying.
I had a question about that.
Yeah.
Do y'all think her essentially this is probably like the first time she's been really out since she's had her child and showing skin or whatever? Do you think that was her like kind of like liberation moment? You know what I'm saying?
I love that
Very
question.
possible, because
I
she
love
looks
that question.
great. She
Yeah.
looks a freaking
She does look
amazing.
great. She does look great.
She should feel good. And being a mother definitely is a liberating experience, like I said before. So I feel like it changed a lot for her, seeing her body mature, seeing like knowing that you have a different role in life. All of those things could have liberated her, but there's a way to explore liberation without being disrespectful to your partner. You can be liberated and still respect boundaries in a relationship.
Say maybe she was caught up in the
But
moment.
maybe might say that's probably what happened. She just,
like
like you
Usher's
said,
like,
got
she's
caught
like,
up.
oh shit, Usher checking me out. Maybe it was
All
like,
right, so imagine if
Yeah.
it was the other way around. Would y'all be saying that he was caught up in a moment? Would it be okay if he got caught up
I
in a
didn't say
moment
it's
with some
okay.
random girl?
No,
Like, with
it's
some
not
random-
okay.
Wait.
It's
Is it
not
a
okay,
random
that's
girl,
what I'm
or like Sasha, or like Sarah said, is it a random girl or is it Ashanti?
It doesn't matter. What if he would have had that same
Cheating.
issue when he was bit? Like, matter of fact, Chance the Rapper, there was an issue on social media when he was at the carnival. I believe it was carnival, or he was in another country, and
Dancing.
she was dressed up in a
That's
carnival
Carnival,
outfit,
yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
behind her smacking ass and all kind of stuff. And everybody
He
was saying,
doing
"Oh,
too
he's
much."
married or he's
Right,
That
married."
was doing too
right.
much.
Why
That
they
was doing
why
too
they
Oh,
much.
trying
now
to
it's
help that same standard?
No,
selective
you know what?
morality.
You know
That
what?
was doing
You know
too
what?
much.
I'm gonna have to play the.
But why?
I'm gonna play the
What's
Uno.
the
I'm
difference?
gonna play the
Though?
Uno card. I'm sorry,
That's
it's a double standard.
ridiculous.
That was doing
You
too
know
much.
what's
He's
man.
a married man. Kiki's not married. Like
It doesn't
she's
matter
not
whether
married.
they're
Don't
married or not.
matter.
A
That does
relationship
not
is still a
matter.
relationship.
That's the
All
point that he
relationships
was trying to
deserve to be
make.
What I
respected,
just
whether you're
say?
married
What
or
I
not.
said? What I
That's
said?
the point
That
he was
don't
trying to
Okay,
matter,
but
make.
I'm
bro.
saying he should not have been like he should not have been doing that.
Married
But I
niggas go to
think
strip clubs.
Neither should she have. She just had a baby.
they should
Like she
not.
said, she's a mother. She's a mother. She should
Mother with a V.
carry
A
herself
mother
that same
with a
Can't
standard.
feel
V.
sexy.
A
Moms
mother.
She got
can't come
caught
out
up.
here feeling sexy.
She got caught up in the moment. That's
But
what
So
I
did
think
happened. It's
Chance.
what she
So did
did.
Chance.
It's
So the Chance the Rapper.
no.
It's,
so did
no,
he.
but look at
He
it
was
this way, right?
basically what he
Say the
was
whole
doing
thing.
was appropriate for
For the
the scenario.
festival.
Like
Yeah.
he was actually doing
That's a
what was
culture
appropriate for the
thing.
scene that he was in.
That's a culture
Absolutely
thing.
not. That's not a cultural thing.
Yes,
I'm
it
West
is. It's just
Indian.
like,
When
okay.
you went, no, let me tell you something. When you are married, you don't go gallivanting all around doing that
That's
shit.
now
You
he's
don't do that.
gallivanting.
There's
You
no
don't do
difference.
that.
Gallivant.
That's
No,
gallivanting.
you don't do that.
That's
Like that
crazy.
Yeah,
But we don't know if his wife let him do that.
Huh?
She must have knew he was going to carnival and this was going to happen. Just
I mean,
saying.
we
You
don't
never
know if she knew or not. We don't know why she wasn't there. Like, we don't know none of that. So
Yeah.
he got caught
So we
up
can't-
on
We
fourth
can't hold that
base.
against him.
How
Whatever
do
the hell
we
was
know
going
if he
on.
wanted to think he wanted to do the same thing?
Like,
Maybe she okay with it.
That's what I'm saying.
maybe she
We don't
is
know.
okay with it. We didn't see. There was no follow up to that situation, as far as I'm concerned.
It died
It was just
down.
every-
Yeah.
As it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
As it
yeah.
should
But
be.
see,
Keep it to
but
your-
what
keep to
Kiki,
yourself.
what Kiki did after, she did the most. Like, with making the video, do all
She
that
did.
extra. That was
crazy.
too
She
much.
did.
Like,
That was corny. I'm not even gonna hold you.
She
Yeah, it was.
yeah, like.
And I kind of felt bad. Like, dang, I like Kiki, but that was a
I
lot.
like
That was
Kiki.
okay.
That was
I used to have a huge crush
and the
on
video
her.
was
No, I
trash.
used to have a huge crush
So
on
it's like, you know,
Trash.
it was. It
I
wasn't
love
even a
that
good
woman.
video. It was just.
She turned up.
I didn't even watch the
She
video.
turned.
It
Kiki
wasn't
thought she was
even-
turning up. That's what she thought she was
Nah,
doing.
she turned out. She was crazy.
I wanted to throw this
Yeah,
out
she
there,
dragged
too.
it.
She
She
thought
dragged
she
it.
was
a bit.
turning up so bad. Man.
I wanted to throw this
Kiki
out there
out
too
what?
about the Kiki about the Kiki situation. Are moms allowed to be sexy? And I
Hell
say
yeah.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck
you're
kind of
right,
question is
Hell
that?
yeah. It's a
No,
different type of
because listen,
sexy when
you
you become a
gotta-
mother.
What kind of
No,
question is that?
Might be
wait.
mad.
Just
Absolutely.
because people
Once
was
you become a
hammering-
mother, the sexy is different. The sexy is more grown. The
It's
sexy
more
just
mature.
Yeah.
Mature
yeah,
sex.
like that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
hell yeah. I feel like after becoming a mother, you become sexier. I feel like it just you hit here from here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You ever seen a mother be like,
Fine.
I see why you got that kid. You never felt that before?
Me,
Oh, you see
Hello?
what the kid did to her.
You see why you got that kid. Like,
Yeah, let's,
Nah,
yeah, let's move on, man. But
nah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, he's sorry. He's too. Let's just move on. But yeah.
No, that's a question though out there because Kiki was getting all this, and I'm like, yo, you got Cardi B out here, you got Beyonce out here doing it. It's like, yo, are moms not allowed to be sexy? Are they not allowed to throw that thing around and just
There's
show
a
them
difference
the
between
Throw that
I
thing
dab
out.
with it.
there's a difference between sexy and classless though. And I'm not saying Kiki was class. It was a little classless, a little.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on,
You
But
know,
there's a difference between being sexy and classless. Like
Yes,
you
there
gotta-
is.
It's
It's a
levels
big
to it.
difference, and that line is blurred for a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Very much so.
Wait, you don't think it's easily blurred? Because there's a fine line between.
I think we all just trying to act young, bro. Like
I think it depends on how you carry yourself.
we all immature now. Like all this. So I don't want to sound like an old head, but I think we all acted young as shit. Like all our grandmothers be twerking. Not my grandma, but like you got.
I was saying,
you got
grandma.
the old
grandmother
ladies
would.
that take care of themselves.
That's because the grandmothers is
It's
getting younger.
it's liberating.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
No, you know
liberating
what?
for the grandmothers.
Exactly, Sarah. Yeah, grandma's too. Grandma's gonna
That's
be
what they want to
twerking
do.
on
They
you.
wasn't.
Grandma
Yeah, they
twerk.
Is
wasn't
it
able to
really
do that back in
liberating,
the
or are
day.
they trying
Listen,
to hold on to the bit of youth that they have left?
fun fact. Women
Well,
over
Maybe
60.
they couldn't twerk. They
This
couldn't
is
twerk
this
back
is
in
a
the
fun
day.
fact though, real quick. Women 60 and up have high STD rates. That's a fun fact.
Wait, say that again.
Women 60 and up have high STD rates.
I wonder why.
Lord have
You
mercy.
see that?
Huh?
That's liberation.
Nurses.
I'm about to say,
I'm
where the hell
speaking-
did you
no,
go?
I speak to like nurses and
That's
shit.
that
Women's
liberation.
libido, and
There we
it
go.
is.
Don't give a fuck no more. It's just like fuck it. I'm turning up. I'm a
Right.
grandma.
It's a
Like, I
science.
don't-
Liberated as fuck. With that
Okay.
shit.
60 and up, you
Libido
should have
goes
been
up.
knew better.
I'm a
Women's libido
grandmother.
goes up as they
I
get
said I'm a
older.
grandma. How you over 60 catching that shit? You ain't
Classless, because
You
they.
had
Okay,
mad
okay.
years to
No,
learn,
I'm
like-
messing with you.
All right. So women, you said women 60 and up.
No,
have
no, it's like
higher-
they have like it's like STD risk. They tend to have like chlamydia and things like that. Like
Oh,
little
okay,
shit
who
you
they
can
get
get
it
rid
from?
of.
See, you should know better.
Who they get it from?
I don't know, Sarah.
After
Who said
60,
who they get it from?
I don't know,
No,
Sarah.
I mean, do it just come like after they turn 60, it just comes on them? Like that's how it works? Or they
just-
get it
I
from
don't
Hey,
Don't say the young niggas. Don't say
That's
the
what
young
I was
that's who it gotta be. It gotta be.
Yo, that's
They love
crazy.
them some cougars, so they
No,
just out
that's-
here going all around the place.
I mean,
hey, look,
but yeah.
women's libido goes up as they get older.
Yeah.
After
Yeah, it
menopause.
does.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
It
menopause,
does.
that thing
Get
shoots
horny.
up.
Well,
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yo, look at my girl. All right, and I'm gonna leave it on this note. But my girl, what's her? Oh my God, I forgot her name. Ross's daughter.
Tracy
Diana
Ellis
Ross's
Ross.
daughter.
Tracy
Oh,
Ellis
Diana
Ross.
Tracy Ellis
Diana
Ross.
Ross? They Tracy
That's
Ellis
what-
Ross.
TLR, man, come on, bro. Big
Rainbow.
eyes.
Yeah, the big eye. I
Yeah,
love
Tracy
those
Ellis
big
Ross.
eyes. They got
Yeah,
eyes
she
are
is so
big.
beautiful.
Yeah, she is. I like
And her
this.
ass is fat.
See me
Damn.
from far.
All right.
Yes,
Respect.
yes.
Respect.
Yeah. Hey.
Just saying, yeah, she's out there, but it's like, yo, she's going up there. It's like, yo, this is starting to be a thing now. Like,
Am I lying?
the women are showing
Did you
Nah,
just
you're
say
not
that?
lying.
what they
Come
want
on.
to do. Bro, all right. Listen, it was
Real quick.
This was a great conversation.
No, hold on, real quick. Let me
Go for it.
this is my first time meeting, well, not Sarah, but young lady. I just would like to give you your
Hi.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Hi.
Yeah, there we go. I just would like to give you your flowers because I heard you are an author. So can you kind of speak on that? Like what you got for us?
Yes. Hold on a second.
Oh,
So
she got
as
this
my
in?
cousin stated, I wrote a book that is basically positive reinforcement for little girls.
Okay.
I've stated a couple of times that I do have an 8-year-old, and a couple of years ago, if she was 4 at the time, she was on YouTube and stated that she wanted hair like Elsa because the video that she was watching said that Elsa and Cinderella and all of them had the best hair. And I explained to her that that's not the case. Like, we all have our own opinions on what's beautiful and what's not, but you should love everything about yourself. So I wrote her this poem about being a brown girl and being proud of it. And I turned it into a book so that other little girls can celebrate themselves the same. And the book is called I Am a Brown Girl.
Let's see it. Ooh, oh, that's fire.
Beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Where can we get that at? Where can we find that
Amazon.
at? Okay, Amazon.com. We got
You can type it in on Amazon, and the book is $11.99, but it's worth every cent. It's actually priceless because at 8 years old, my daughter has more confidence than anybody that I have ever known in my entire life. I actually wish that I had the confidence that she did, that she does have early on in life. I would have made a lot of better decisions in my life if I did.
Okay.
Like this, she has unshakable confidence, and I credit a lot of that to the affirmations that are in this book because I've been consistent with them for years. She knows that her voice matters. She knows that her presence demands attention. She knows how to work a room confidently without doing too much because of what I have instilled in her.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
That's beautiful.
So you know what we're gonna do for you, since we're gonna put the link in the description. It's only right. So y'all
Thank
can
you
so
easily
much.
cop that on Amazon. That's Raising the Black Queen 101. And I am gonna take us out. Once again, you've been watching the Black Casuals, and I want to thank our guests. This was a very beautiful conversation from 6 different beautiful people. I am the Lemon Pepper Step, and I'm here with, please get it right this time, y'all.
Light Skin Savage.
Thank you.
Jiggy Jarrett.
Okay.
And it's Harlem Will.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, come on, Will. Damn.
Energy.
Y'all want me to change it to Uncle
That's
Will?
the same energy.
No, just like yo, it's Harlem Will. You know what I'm saying? What's up, son?
Oh, you want me to do the okay? Yo, it's Harlem
Yeah.
Will.
There you go.
Peace, love, and yeah.
Love, piece of chicken grease.
Right.
Great outro.
good night.
Good night, everyone.
Love you.
Love
Thank
you
you for coming
too.
on.
All right, cool.
Love you
Good
too.
Bye,
job,
y'all.
Good job.
Wait. That was
Nigga said,
What's up?